Hey guys, in this video I want to make a quick review of the Nockeby sofa from Ikea. I have been using the three-seater sofa for the past 2 months now, and I think it's a good enough time to create a review video on it. And as any good reviewer, I have divided this video into two sections, the pros and the cons. I have about 8 pros and around 5 cons associated with this sofa. So please watch this video till the end to make sure that you get the most benefit out of this video. So let's get started. With the pros, the first pro that I have listed for the Nockeby sofa is that it's easy to assemble. Now that is quite typical of IKEA products, but I am comparing the sofa in comparison to other sofas in the market, and there is no doubt that it is an easy sofa to assemble compared to other things out there. And if you're someone who struggles with assembly, feel free to check out the video that I have made on the unboxing and assembly of the Nockeby sofa, which I will make sure to leave a link somewhere around this video. The next point that I have about this sofa is that it looks really good. It's a modern, sleek looking sofa. It's got a rectangular shape and feel sharp edges, um, which gives it a really good modern look. Um, the third point that I have is that it is extremely comfortable. I have not had any posture issues, and I really love sitting on the sofa. I would say that there is a lack of lumbar support, but a lumbar pillow could resolve that if you are someone who faces that kind of if you are someone who has that issue. The fourth point that I want to make is that it comes with changeable covers, and that is a great thing if you have pets or you end up damaging the sofa fabric in some way and you want to have it changed. There are options out in the market as well, which differ from the four colors that IKEA provides, and they're really great. They give a whole new look to the sofa, so that is something which I considered a positive when I bought this sofa. The fifth point that I have is that it is reasonably priced as compared to other sofas in the market. I would say that this was about half the price of a similar looking and similar quality sofa. So that I would say is a really good thing. The next point that I want to make is about the quick delivery. Um, Here in the Netherlands, if you order a sofa, it would take a minimum of 8 to 10 weeks, and it could even go up to 15, 16 weeks sometimes to have your sofa delivered once you have made the selection and placed the order. But with IKEA, the delivery timelines are really short and quick. I think we got our sofa um, in under 2 weeks. The next point that I have is about washable covers. Again, it goes along with the point that I mentioned earlier about the changeable covers, but in this case, you can just, instead of replacing the covers, you can just remove them, put them in the washing machine, and have, um, in case you have any spills or any dirt on the sofa covers. The last advantage that I have with this sofa, and it's the most important one for me, is that the cushion underneath does not slide out when you sit over it for extended periods of time. In a previous sofa that I had from IKEA, this was the major issue that I faced. That after a couple of hours of sitting on the sofa, I would notice that the cushion underneath would slide out slowly, and every few hours or so, you would have to push it back in, and that was really annoying for me. So with this sofa, I'm happy to report that this issue is almost non-existent. I cannot say that it does not exist. We have to do it every month or so. It's almost negligible and unnoticeable at this point in time. Next up, we have the disadvantages or the negatives with the Nockeby sofa. But before we get into that, I want to mention that I really couldn't find a lot of negatives with this sofa, so I am really nitpicking here, and the ones that I have mentioned can be considered a matter of personal taste. So let's get into it. The first one that I want to mention as a negative is the lack of a headrest. I was um, I was looking for a sofa with a headrest, and when I was researching in the market and looking at other sofas, I found a lot of them with headrests. So not having that is something that I did consider a negative in this case. The second point that I would like to mention uh, is that the armrests could be a bit lower. Again, it is a matter of personal taste, but I do not like having my armrests so high that I cannot sit up straight with my arm resting on the armrest. The third one is that the sofa itself is quite deep, so if you are someone of a shorter stature, it may be difficult to sit up straight with your leg on the feet and the back on the back cushion. The fourth point that I would like to mention as a negative is that the fabric could be a bit better. To be clear, there's nothing wrong with the fabric. I have, however, come across reviews on the IKEA website that some people have found the fabric to cause some skin irritation. Um, but I'm glad to report that I have not encountered any such thing. Uh, but the quality of the fabric could be slightly better. It is medium. I wouldn't say it's too high or too low. The next point that I would like to mention is that there is no bed function with this sofa, so it is just a sofa. You cannot extend it and make it into a bed like you have with the other IKEA sofas or some other models. And also, there is no electric recliner functionality. I don't think there is any IKEA sofa that has this function, but out in the market there are sofas which do have this function. So I thought that would be something I could mention. And the last one that I want to mention is that the Velcro on the bottom does not leave a clear finish on the fabric, and this is something um, which you would notice upon close inspection. So when you're in a distance, the sofa looks absolutely really good, but on close inspection, you would see that the fitting of the Velcro is not snug enough. So that's about it for my review of this product. If you think that I have missed or overlooked some points, please feel free to mention them in the comment section below. And I would really appreciate it if you could hit the like button on this video if you found it even remotely beneficial, and if you could subscribe to my channel. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.